welcome to Esports Go. I'm Matt Brown.
And I'm Justin Gilliam, and begin with a look back at the big matches in Overwatch League yesterday. In our main event of the day, we had the Battle for LA unfold at Blizzard Arena. The Los Angeles Valiant looking to take a step forward. They took on the Gladiators from the same town, looking to create some momentum. Who is truly LA's team? Let's head to the highlights. We're heading into map 2. The Gladiators were able to take map 1 after a long, emotional game. They hope to secure a safe lead going into halftime. In round 1, the Valiant hold the point first, and it looks like it'll be a 99-0 capture. They get the Graviton Surge on the Gladiators, but there is no follow-up. The Gladiators are let loose, and they turn on the Valiant, taking them out and taking the point. Hydration gets into the backline of the Valiant as Doomfist is constantly on defense. He punches his way through Uncle's Mora ult and clears out the rest easily after that. The Gladiators find themselves in another Graviton Surge late in the game. Asher saves the day though by landing an amazing high noon from the high ground. With too many Valiant players killed, they're unable to take the point. It's a 99-99 finish at the end. Hydration gets into the backline and punches the Valiant away. The Gladiators hold the point and they take the round 1 victory. In round 2, the Valiant sneak the capture while the Gladiators are fighting off the point. It is short-lived though. The Gladiators wise up and manage to take the point quickly soon after. In the battle for air superiority, Hydration is leagues ahead. He does not take too many out with his rocket barrage. However, he does move out of the way and take out Kariv before his barrage can do too much damage to the Gladiators. Soon leads the charge onto the point in overtime. They slowly whittle down the Gladiators to take the point for themselves. They have to play perfectly the rest of the round to bring it to a third tiebreaker though. The Gladiators' assault is too much for the Valiant though. They eventually take out enough of the Valiant to take the point. Once the last man standing soon is killed, it's an easy capture. The Gladiators win map 2 and the next 2 maps after halftime. They secure the 4-0 surprising sweep over the Valiant. Well, hot damn, LA Gladiators. Maybe a win wasn't out of the thought, but the actual result, I'm at a loss for words, Matt.
Yeah.
That might have been the best performance that the Gladiators have played all year.
Well, I don't think a 4-0 sweep by the Gladiators crossed our minds at all, but they are proving how big trades can be. Fisher, who came over from the Spitfire, is that tank player they can lean on now. Also, Asher has come into the mix as their 3rd DPS player, and he has come up big, replacing Surefour at strategic times, and dare I say, keep an eye on the Gladiators. They could make a run. Moving on, the Dallas Fuel took on the San Francisco Shock, with the Fuel looking to break their 2-match losing streak. Fuel, Shock, let's go. The 2 teams drew on map 1 and the Shock took map 2, so if the Shock win here, it is all over for the Fuel. The Shock are on the attack first. Dante shows that even though Junkrat was nerfed, he is still one of the best heroes to pressure enemies in the game. He pressures out the Fuel and they take the first point with ease. The Shock don't find resistance until the first checkpoint. XQC's Reinhardt blocks the way. A slick Junkrat Riptire takes him out and allows the Shock to push forward. They make it a few feet away when Nomi goes primal and punches the Fuel defenders off the point and back to their spawn. They easily push the payload to the end. The Fuel need a flawless push to keep the map going and the chance to stay alive. XQC electrocutes the Orisa on the point, but the Shock continue to stagger the capture for the Fuel. They waste so much of their time, and they are eventually able to take it though. The push does not go the Fuel's way though. The Shock's defense is strong and several players keep getting caught out by the D.Va self-destructs. In the end, it comes close, but Baby Baze McCree cleans up the remaining defenders for a Shock victory, and they will go on to win map 4 as well, securing a 3-0 victory over the Fuel. All right, Justin, San Francisco's on a mini run here, winning their last 2 matches and heading into the weekend with some added confidence. They're gonna need it because they'll be facing the New York Excelsior on Saturday. As for Dallas, Justin, I'm running out of things to say for them. Their strategy and their execution, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, what is there to say about this Fuel team?
Yeah.
There's nothing about their play right now that will make me think they're going to right the ship. They make the same mistakes over and over again. Their communication is very poor. Could it be the coaching? Possibly.
Maybe.
Because sometimes they put lineups out there that aren't clicking with each other. Effect isn't playing well right now, and neither is Tymo. And his play is the least of his worries. And I'll be the first one to say he should be fined or suspended, but nope, nothing. This team has problems that go beyond their play. The culture is not right with this Fuel team right now. I see no changes coming up.
Oh boy.
The Seoul Dynasty collided with the Shanghai Dragons in what was the first matchup on Wednesday. Could the Dragons shock the world and pull off their first win, or could the Dynasty keep things rolling? Dynasty, Dragons, let's go! We start our highlight out on map 4 where the Dynasty are only up 1 map. If the Dragons win it here, we're gonna go to a map 5 on Ilios. The Dynasty are on attack first. Wakid had a standout performance today. His Dragon Blades were on point and his plays helped his team move the card forward on more than one occasion. He goes for the Dragon Blade attempt again at the end of the map. He gets a kill but is shut down by the Dragons. A Roadhog hook and a shotgun blast to the face is the end of him. The Dynasty have one last attempt in overtime. They dive Undead Soldier 76 first. Without that constant pressure of damage, the Dynasty are able to clear out the rest and finish the map. The Dragons need a strong performance here if they want to stand a chance in extra round. Free Field fires his laser into the Dynasty, clearing a path for the Dragons to push the payload. After the first point though, the Dynasty's defense turns it up. Bunny's Tracer gets some slick pulse bombs to delay the Dragons. Wakid is back to his Genji ways on the last checkpoint. He lands an insane Dragon Blade to wipe out the Dragons. He doesn't just do it once though in the last 90 seconds of the match, he does it again in overtime. This time it seals the deal. The Dynasty win map 4 and a 3-1 victory over the Dragons is what they're rewarded with. Now this seemed like a fairly easy win for Seoul, but you had to think there was a little bit of nerves that arose after the Dragons won map 3. The Dynasty did what good teams do though. They bounced back, took map 4 en route to that win, and they look really, really good right now.
Yeah, and the Dynasty are on a 6-match winning streak dating back to the last week of Stage 1. But only one of those matches was against a team with more wins than losses. That was the LA Valiant, and we all know they've been struggling as of recent. So are the Dynasty really back? Maybe we'll find out when they play the Philadelphia Fusion today. Now moving on to your mom's favorite segment, the Heroes and Zeros. My hero for the day has to be Dante of the San Francisco Shock. The Fuel put up a good fight, but when you can't touch a player for the entire match, it's hard to win games. Dante could not be killed or stopped on nearly every map. He was always there and racked up the damage.
Yeah, Dante was great, but I have to give it to Hydration of the Los Angeles Gladiators. In the Battle of LA, he pretty much sealed the victory quite a few times, especially when he was on his Genji. He got key kills when it mattered, and he perfectly timed his Dragon Blades to be the most effective they could be. Pretty top-notch stuff.
Yeah, speaking of the battle for LA, the 0 for this week is map 1, where the Valiant get the insane stagger against the Gladiators to give themselves a fighting chance. Just let them have it. We're just gonna fast forward through this insanely long clip. Thanks, Justin. Even with the stagger though, the Gladiators still came out on top in this map. All right, let's take a quick break. Stay with us right here. It's Esports Go. Welcome back. Let's take a look at today's Overwatch League matches. First up, it's the Philadelphia Fusion against the Seoul Dynasty. Justin, this is a battle that helps determine who will be in the Stage 2 playoffs. The Fusion have displayed a 3-headed monster in their DPS rotation, but failed to take a map against the London Spitfire Saturday. Is this a bounce-back game for them, or will the Dynasty stay undefeated in this second stage?
Oh yeah, this is the one that has Overwatch fans chomping at the bits. Fusion had a little letdown, like you said, on Saturday, but they can right the ship here in what would be a big win against Seoul. However, I just think the Dynasty are really playing top-notch Overwatch right now, so I think they're gonna win. But in our next matchup, it presents another interesting go-around between two teams looking to stake legitimacy in this league as well. The Outlaws, they're struggling right now, and they're facing off against the Valiant, who are trying to get things turned around after that loss to Gladiators. This is a huge middle-of-the-stage matchup.
Yeah, and the Valiant need to figure out what their best team composition is, because they can't have Soon try to go at it with an ineffective lineup. And they run into an Outlaws team looking to prove themselves after being the victim of a New York Excelsior sweep next Saturday. This is a match with a lot of fire on both sides. And rounding out the night, it's the Boston Uprising and the Shanghai Dragons. Oh boy, this is the match that I am most interested in this week. And why is the Boston Uprising and the Shanghai Dragons? Why do you ask? Because, well, on our website, go click on our I'll Watch tab to listen to our podcast about the Overwatch League. On this week's episode, one of our colleagues, Justin, had a bold prediction about this match.
Yeah, J2 mentioned it on the podcast, that this could be the time the Dragons get their first win.
Are you kidding me?
There's no hiding it. The Uprising are playing poorly right now, and the Dragons stole a map from Seoul. This could be. This could be the one.
I don't know. All right, that does it for us here on The Go today. Visit our website, challengemedia.tv, for all your gaming news.
Also, check us out and follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. We'll be here all week with your news and highlights. Thanks for watching Esports Go. We'll see you next time.